There's a counterintuitive but inescapably true fact, which is that the freer women have gotten, the more miserable they have become.
Well, how about one quick point? In Sweden, where women have more equal access, the gender differences are actually more pronounced.
Yes, because people are so desperate for them. You can neatly trace the history of women's emancipation, and it tacks directly on to how women report their own increasing misery.
And also the antidepressant use, and also big pharma tablets, SSRIs, and antidepressants, which have gone up with that unsatisfaction.
1 in 10 Americans on antidepressants. Half of all Democrat women say they've been to the doctor for mental health problems. Yeah. That's not normal, and it doesn't happen elsewhere in the world. It doesn't happen in other places.
Yeah, we medicate their misery.
And yes, and this is the pharmaceutical model of mental health is only capable of treating symptoms. It can't fix what's wrong with you because it doesn't account for the existence of a soul at all. It treats the body as a purely mechanical machine, and if only we could find out which bit needs more oil or which bit needs replacing, we can fix your depression. Well, that's not the nature of depression. That's not the nature of most mental illnesses. We just recently discovered, finally, that the psychiatric industry admitted that there is no basis for the accepted wisdom that depression is a chemical imbalance. Yep. They can't find it. They can't prove it. So it might be that depression is a product, maybe of guilt about sin that has not been, that no absolution has been sought for, of terrible things, all kinds of possibilities. Let me open up.
Milo,
but the current system is totally incapable of healing. It's only capable of
dealing with the symptoms,
placating in a way that produces new and worse problems like addictions.
Yep.
I mean, the range of temptations that are available. So we don't understand addiction very well because we don't understand the brain very well. But the one thing we do know is the main difference between people who relapse and people who don't is it available? Is it right there? Right. So people who stay away from from the heroin, the junkie hangouts and all the rest of it, it's not in front of them, so they're less likely to relapse. That's the one thing we do know about it, right? We are force fed. I mean, this country force feeds people with a bewildering array of potential addictions, whether it's to compound interest or competitive sort of consumer purchases, TVs, cars. I mean, none of you own your cars. None of you own your car. I've never bought a car in any way other than outright and in cash. And in this country, people burn money jumping from car to car, like saying goodbye to 20 grand each time and making endless repayments that will never be fully paid down. Yeah. I mean, your whole life is enslaved to interest, to people who don't do anything for the money they make, which is usury, which is a sin.